The Property Show brings you an in-depth analysis of the country's real estate development. Advice and tips from property owners, engineers, and finance entities that will lead you to owning your dream home. The Property Show.
Hello and welcome to the Property Show. As you can see today, we are at IPRC Kicukiro, where the Prime Minister inaugurated a state-of-the-art facility that will be used to train teachers. But today, let's go beyond just infrastructure, as we want to understand the knowledge and skills that students get from this school. And today we are going to focus on the Department of Civil Engineering. But before we get into all that, how about we start with our interior designing? My name is Brenda, and welcome to the Property Show. In this particular episode, we are talking about office. When we say decorating office, it's hard for almost all workers because you don't know what's right, you don't know what's wrong, some things are not allowed in the building, and then you want to feel that homely yet a working space. So today I'm going to share with you some ideas that will help you transform that office and get that homely feel that you've always wanted. Now, when we talk about office, think about the walls. Forget about the other things. Focus on the walls. What can you do with the walls and have that feel of beauty? My number one tip is, if your walls are white, gray, brown, those very dim or kind of boring colors, what you can do to transform them is think of sculptures. Go gold, go silver, and maybe you can go copper. Then it's going to give it that feel of beauty without actually trying so hard. Just get that wall, pick a focal point, and put that sculpture over there of your favorite color. My number two tip here is the monogram. Yes, it might sound a little bit cheesy having your initials on the wall, but what says more than I am the boss of this office other than that? Before anyone asks anything, they see your initials over there. Apart from feeling that command, it also looks good depending on what you have picked. So make sure that you pick the right size and the right colors that are going to pop out and actually present who you are. And let's talk about motivation. Motivation is the most important thing that you need in your office. So how about you go for a canvas with some quotes that motivates you? It can be work related or just simply life related. Anything that keeps you going, anything that motivates you, or something that you would like to speak to people that come to your office. So get a canvas that has those quotes and hang it on your wall. It's that simple. You might be asking yourself, can I hang there pictures of my family? Can I hang there pictures of myself? You can not do that because that's too much. It's office, it's not family, it's not your house, it's an office. You need something work related. Number four is bringing nature in your office. Now, sometimes bringing plants in the office is not allowed because maybe you might be working with other people, or maybe the building policy doesn't allow you to bring in any plants. So what do? If you're a fan of nature, this is what you can do. How about you find some paintings with leaves or flowers, anything to do with nature. It doesn't have to be a flower for you to feel that. And lastly, let's talk about the option of wallpapers, because wallpapers transform any place without trying so much. Just make sure you pick the right pattern that makes a statement in your office. It can be just one wall or it can be the whole office. It depends on what pattern you've picked. So when you go shopping for these wallpapers, make sure you pick patterns that speaks to you. So make sure that when you're decorating your office, you put that in your mind. You want to bring out your personality, so bring in things that showcase who you are. The government of Rwanda aims to have 60% of high school graduates to be involved in TVET. This number can be easily achieved as most students today understand the importance of being exposed to practical lessons more than theory.
I chose to study here at IPRC because it's a school with many practical skills, compared to other universities. That's the main factor that made me come here.
Here we get practical skills. I don't mean we get practical skills only, but we also get theory, but practicals, they are taken seriously.
I have many friends who came out of these schools. Yeah, many became engineers on the construction market.
There are some people who inspired me, who graduated from here, who are now working. Yeah, they inspire me very much.
The reason why it pushed me to study these things, you know, our country emphasizes the women, not only boys who can do this, but also the girls can. It's not easy because the boys usually study these things in secondary school. But when we get here, it's hard, but you try out.
With quality skills acquired at IPRC, students who recently joined believes that the knowledge acquired here positions them as better future engineers as opposed to those who are in other universities.
When someone comes out of this school, he's an engineer, not just in theoretical things, but in practical things.
When you say IPRC, when you go to IPRC, you get the diploma and upgrade to a degree, rather than going to a university where you get a degree only. This makes, okay, this is kind of better than getting a degree only, because it will take you like 3 years to get your diploma and 2 years to get your degree, rather than getting a degree for 4 years and you can't go back for a diploma.
With the infrastructure put in place by the government in partnership with the Republic of Korea, the school offers the best training environment.
I saw that these schools, because it is in association with Koreans, so we have many machines, tools which help us to understand more about our department.
In part of theory, I get things that I need. We have books, we have teachers, and in parts of practically, we have machines. I think everything is there.
Right now we are from, as you see me, we are from practicals right now, the whole day. So we have everything, machines are there, everything. Qualified teachers, I may say, they are good.
The school has facilities which are bigger and which are good for us as technicians, which will make us upgrade from this stage to another stage. Because, as you say, for us, we are just from practicing rather than going for theory only. After, in the morning, you go for theory, and in the evening, you go for practice.
Even in their first year, students are very optimistic and see themselves as future engineers.
I'm planning to find some trainings. I think these skills will help me in future life, because I'm dealing with engineering survey and I know it's needed.
Because of what I get from here, what I'm getting from here, yeah, I see something big in future. Yeah, I see we are going to do what we are going to do things which have not been done. Like now, I may say we are going to be given like a holiday for like 4 months. So that is a good time whereby one can go to the field and start working practically and get more and more practicals from the site.
I have a plan of, after this diploma, I'll go for my degree for 2 years, which will make me an engineer rather than a technician. In 5 years to come, I see myself as an engineer because I'll be done with all my years.
We need to build the country, and no one will build it for us.
Well, the things that I can tell some girls who want to come here to study this, these things are very interesting.
Compared to the other students who graduated from other universities, IPRC students are equipped with a certain unique set of skills that allows them to stand out on the market.
The students trained here at IPRC Kicukiro have different package from the ones from other universities. Because here this is a TVET institution, TVET means technical and vocational education training. In that way, we equip our students so that they can have hands-on skills. Then they can find themselves on the labor market, they can create their own job. And if you look at other students, other graduates, normally the only difference is that those graduates at the university, they focus on design or research, but on the site, they complement each other. Because if we talk about civil engineering project, you see that there is an architectural drawing produced by architects, and also there is a structural drawing, of course, provided by civil engineer, and also those drawings, they need to be implemented by someone who is a technician. So you will see that there is a drawing provided by architect, another one by civil engineer, and there is someone who is able to read, interpret, and implement those drawings. That is our graduate. So on the site, everyone has his role to play, and then they complement each other.
Recently, the teachers' training facility was inaugurated by the Prime Minister, which will stimulate the capacity of teachers in these TVET schools.
As it is a training institute, it was noticed that the lecturers or teaching staff we have, most of the time are lacking pedagogical skills. That institute has a mandate to provide pedagogical skills to those teaching staff, so that at the end of the day they are able to deliver in a good way what they know. If, for example, you know how to build a house, but knowing is something, but delivering is another thing. So that is the mandate of that institute.
However, this would raise a question to the capability of students who graduated, hence their teachers also lack some mandatory skills.
Sometimes those teachers, as I said, they need training skills in pedagogy. So that is why, to respond to that issue, then they need to be trained in that field. That does not mean that those who were trained before does not fit to the labor market, because quality does not have end. So we keep on improving the situation, and we hope that it will give good results.
With the effort put in by the government of Rwanda to promote these technical vocational education training schools, institutions also conduct random campaign to create awareness and promote their schools through workshops that benefit the general population and the others.
The government of Rwanda is trying to promote TVET schools, and also to increase the number of students joining these schools. Sometimes we have campaign, we visit secondary schools where students are, and then we show what we can do. And that campaign most of the time is done by our students, of course, with our staff. And then we have different projects, we show them the kind of projects done by our students, and also as a matter of marketing, also we publish our projects, our programs, and also if you have this opportunity to talk with media, we show them what we have, and then so that the mindset can be changed. And also we see people on the market who graduated from other schools, but also they have come to our institution and they got short training, and then they are on the market and they created their own job. What we are doing is to position ourselves not only at national level but also in the region, even globally. So those kind of trainings are just helping or other inputs to the institution so that it can position itself to the international level, and looking at where we came from and where we are, we have managed to do something new. Even we have some international students. We have some students from DRC, we have others from South Sudan. So we are positioning ourselves so that the people who come here to IPRC Kicukiro, Rwanda Polytechnic, they can do something not only in the country, and also they can compete in the region wherever they are. So that is what we can do, and we'll be keeping doing like that. Of course, as I said, the quest does not end, but that is our vision.
Today I'm going to help you turn your kitchen into a hub of luxury. Now this is one area where we spend most of our time, and why not? Why do you think that you can just give the luxurious feel to your sitting room and your bedroom and everything else and forget about the kitchen? That shouldn't be the case. Let me share with you some tips that will help you give your kitchen that upgrade and that feel of luxury. My number one tip here, you need to focus on lighting, because the lighting brings out life in almost any space. So is the kitchen. Make sure that the lighting that you're putting on top of the counter where you do your things, or just in the corridor in between the cabinets and everything else, make sure that is enough and it's beautiful. If you choose a pendant, or if you can even choose a small chandelier, why not? Anything that you can choose, that depends on what you like, but make sure you give it something beautiful. Now the colors, the size and everything else depends on your personal preferences. Just make sure the light is enough. The second thing that you need to focus on, if you want to give your kitchen that feel of luxury, you need to jazz up your ceiling. It's called the fifth wall by designers, because you have the four walls and then the ceiling being the fifth one. If you want to have that feel of luxury, make sure you pay some attention to your ceiling. So give it something you can put, make it a tray like, you can give it some molding. Make sure that your ceiling is not simply plain, because if it's plain, even if you put there a bigger chandelier or whatever that you may put up there, it may not come to life. Make sure your ceiling is not just empty. So if you're designing your kitchen, make sure that you look at that. It's the fifth wall of the room, so make sure it has something special. When you're decorating your kitchen or any other room, it starts from up there going down. So make sure the ceilings nowadays, they have designs and everything else. Look into them, pick something that is unique and pick something that you love and something that speaks to you as a person. Why not? Number 3 is hide the appliances. If you want your kitchen to have that feel of luxury, make sure you hide everything that you're not using at the moment. The one thing is for sure, there's no luxury kitchen that is cluttered. Get rid of the clutters. If you're not cooking, make sure that you keep everything away from the top, because if you have something that you want to showcase, it will not show if there's so many other things going on over there. So make sure that when you're done cooking and done cleaning up, keep all the appliances and everything that you don't want to showcase. Keep only the things that you want to showcase. And remember, in decorating, less is more. So make sure that the things that you want to showcase, they are not a lot again. Just a few things that you want to highlight, leave them on the countertop. Everything else, make sure you keep them. And lastly, it's the details. They say that the devil is in the details, and this is so true. There's no way you can give your kitchen that luxurious feel when you didn't pay attention to the details. Pay attention to the knobs, pay attention to the pulls, and all those small things that you actually don't think brings out to the kitchen. Those are the things that you need to pay more attention to. Now, there are these knobs and pulls that we are used to, that you find everywhere, that are custom. That's what everyone has. You don't want that in your kitchen if you're going for luxury. So make sure that, and it's easy to find and easy to change. Changing a knob doesn't take much of anything. Just make sure you go and find something beautiful, something unique. You can actually even go bigger. Imagine having your drawers with the bigger knobs. It's going to be beautiful, trust me, you can try it out. This is something that is going to transform your kitchen without spending a lot of money. If you have everything going on, then just go for those knobs and pulls. And you can even go for colors. It doesn't have to be silver all the time. You can go gold, or you can choose whatever that you want, whatever that is good for you, but don't stay with basics. So make sure that you pay attention to the small details to bring out that luxurious feel that you've always wanted. You're still watching the Property Show, and this is our advices and tips segment. Today I want to talk to you about things that you should never buy for your home. Yes, you heard me right. There are things that you want to buy or you're planning to invest in, but they're not going to help you out in any way. The number one thing that you should never buy for your home is the matching furniture sets. Yes, people put a lot of money in these things and they look, I don't know, outdated. You buy the sitting room sets, the sofas, the table, the TV stand, the bedroom bed, and everything, the wardrobes, everything looks the same because you think it's easy. I'm buying everything the same place. I just put this here and there and I'm done. But that's not how it works. If you want to put money in your home, you shouldn't do it like that, because what brings out the beauty in a home is the textures and the fabrics and the textiles and the colors and everything. So what happens when you buy everything together? You're losing that. You just have things, you have chairs to sit on, and you have a sitting, you have a dining table, and you have a closet. That's all, nothing else. So you shouldn't actually do that. You should buy things differently so that you have different patterns and textures and sizes, and everything should be different from the other thing so that you have that beauty going on. The second thing that you should never buy for your home is these TV stands that are metal and with glass shelves. No matter how beautiful this thing is, you should stay away from it. Why? Because first of all, the TV itself, it presents metal and the glass, and now you're putting it on another glass and another metal. This doesn't make sense at all, because in designing and decorating, we are always trying to balance things. So how are you going to balance these two things? It's not going to work. And no matter how beautiful it is, it's not going to work. So how about you go for something different? When you probably make an order for your seats, for your couch and the table, make an order also for the TV stands, because now we want to balance everything. Imagine having the 7 seats and then your TV sitting with that small thing over there. You lose value of all the things that you have in your house just because of that small thing. So stay away from those TV stands. The third thing that you should never buy for your home is the mass-produced art. Personally, I've been a victim of this, and I'm telling you, this is not something that you want to put your money into, because when you want to put something on the wall in your living room, you want something that represents you, something that has something to do with you, something that you love, it's something that you care about, something, your dreams and your hopes, something that connects with you. But these mass-produced things, you're going to hang there something that you've never seen before, that doesn't have any soul in it. Why are you hanging that thing in your house? Why are you spending money on it in the first place? Avoid those mass-produced arts. I know they're everywhere, they are cheap, and they look beautiful, but you don't want that. You want something that makes sense to you. If an art doesn't make any sense to you, just stay away from it. Like I always say, so if you want to hang a piece of art in your house, but then it's a little bit expensive, it's okay, leave it until you are capable of buying something that makes sense to you. The next thing that you should never buy for your home is the short curtains. When you buy short curtains, you're forced to hang them a little bit lower, and when you hang them a little bit lower, it makes your windows looking like they're a little bit down, then making your ceiling coming down. So everything looks a little bit short. And you don't want that. You want to go for something that is a little bit high, curtains that are long, so that you can hang a little bit higher than the level of the doors or the windows. And lastly, the small cheap side lamps. please stay away from these. And they are small, they are cute, and they are cheap, and they're almost everywhere. So you are tempted to buy one, but then it's not practical at the end of the day. You're going to buy this small side lamp, and where are you going to put it? Remember, we always talk about proportion. You have to make sure that if this thing that you're buying is going to match where you're going to put it. So when you bring this small side lamp and you put it on the side bed, it's going to make your bed look cheaper, and we are not looking for that. Please, so stay away from those small side lamps, unless if you're going to use them in maybe side beds of your kids, because the beds are small, then you can have something small. But if it's in the guest room, if it's in your bedroom, if it's in the sitting room, stay away from them. Those are not good at all. We have come to an end of the property show. Thank you so much for being with us, and I hope the parents out there, you're not afraid to send your students to go and join the TVET, because they learn a lot and they actually can compete on the job market in Rwanda and outside Rwanda. Thank you so much for being with us. My name is Brenda, and I'm signing out for now. See you next time.